The year 1970 marked a turning point for Eric Clapton, who had established himself as a guitar legend through his work with the Yardbirds and Cream. However, after years of being confined to one band, Clapton sought new creative avenues. He began exploring session work on other artists' albums, which allowed him to experiment and collaborate outside the constraints of a single group. Despite his commanding stage presence, Clapton never aspired to be a traditional frontman. He preferred letting his guitar do the talking, a trait that set him apart from other rock stars of the era. Even during his time with Blind Faith, Clapton felt something was missing in his musical journey. Clapton's friendship with George Harrison provided him with opportunities to collaborate outside his own projects. He had already made history as the first outsider to play on a Beatles session, contributing to the iconic track, "While My Guitar Gently Weeps." While his bluesy licks on the song were unforgettable, Clapton knew he had more to offer. When Harrison began working on his solo album, All Things Must Pass, he invited Clapton to join the lineup of musicians. This collaboration would prove pivotal, not just for Harrison's career, but also for Clapton's next steps. During the sessions for All Things Must Pass, Clapton found himself drawn to the musicians in Harrison's circle, particularly Bobby Whitlock and Carl Radle. Though it wasn't a fully formed idea at the time, Clapton began envisioning a new band. By the end of the sessions, he had laid the groundwork for Derek and the Dominoes, even recruiting drummer Jim Gordon, who had also worked on Harrison's album. This marked the beginning of a new chapter for Clapton, one that would lead to the creation of the legendary album Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs. Interestingly, Clapton's new band maintained a close connection to Harrison, even in subtle ways. For instance, the song I Remember Jeep was named after Clapton's dog, and the band's publicity photos often featured the pet, a nod to his friendship with Harrison. However, the closeness between Clapton and Harrison's circle should have raised some red flags. Unbeknownst to Harrison at the time, Clapton was harboring feelings for Pattie Boyd, Harrison's wife, which would later become a source of tension and inspiration for Clapton's music. The story of Layla adds another layer to the complex relationship between Clapton and Harrison. The song, famously inspired by Clapton's unrequited love for Boyd, became a rock classic. However, the circumstances surrounding its creation were far from straightforward. Clapton not only poured his heartache into the music, but also took members of Harrison's band to form Derek and the Dominoes. Years later, Clapton would marry Boyd after her divorce from Harrison, adding a personal twist to the professional overlap between the two musicians. Reflecting on this period, Clapton admitted that Derek and the Dominoes was a make-believe band that served as a cover for his true emotions and intentions. Despite the personal and professional complications, Harrison seemed to take the situation in stride. He understood that great music often emerges from intense emotions and complex relationships. While Clapton's actions might have seemed questionable, they ultimately contributed to two iconic albums, Harrison's All Things Must Pass and Clapton's Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs. In the end, both artists left an indelible mark on music history, proving that even amidst personal turmoil, creativity can flourish.